Icon Audio Arts.
9/11/2001. The Day America Died. 3 buildings, 2 planes. Written by Geoffrey Giuliano. Narrated by Geoffrey Giuliano and the Icon players, with guest commentator Richard Gage. Copyright 2020, Icon Audio Arts.
Historical events and the people who shaped them are a seminal part of the content of Icon audiobooks. For as they say, those who forget the past are condemned to repeat it. We therefore find it imperative to reach back into antiquity, to examine the events which have shaped our complex and ever-changing world. Here at Icon you will come to understand the stories behind the crafting of our collective history. Stories of real people, both famous and unknown, and the triumphs and tragedies they endured which went on to so greatly impact the lives of everyday people everywhere, then as now. We seek to understand, therefore, both the world today and the promise of tomorrow. Welcome, then, to Icon Audio Art's unique look at that which went before. And welcome, too, to your own individual part in that eventful history.
Richard Gage is a highly qualified U.S. architect inspired by hearing David Ray Griffin on Guns and Butter questioning the U.S. government's official narrative about 9/11. Finding it seriously flawed, he proceeded to set up Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth as a vehicle to try and uncover what actually happened on that day. As of March 2017, despite a huge international following, Gage still did not have his own page on Wikipedia. He had, however, been on television hundreds of times over the years with an estimated audience of 150 million. He is a gentle and earnest man with something very important to say.
When I found out about 9/11, which just turned my life around, I realized as I was listening to the radio that in May of 2002 that nothing was going to be the same after this, because I had this horrible feeling in my gut as I heard David Ray Griffin talking about all of this evidence on the radio. I had to pull my car over, just in shock about what I was hearing, about explosions that were documented in oral histories by the first responders that David Ray Griffin was being interviewed in this radio station in Berkeley. And Graham McQueen, another researcher, had put together that 118 of these 500 orally recorded first responders had heard sounds of explosions and seen flashes of light at the onset of this 12-second destruction for each of the Twin Towers, shattering the structure from top to bottom. I didn't hear about this. I thought this was a gravitational collapse by weakening by fire and jet plane impacts. And then I heard there was a third skyscraper that came down that afternoon. And what is going on here? It's like the Twilight Zone. My whole world just started rocking, tilting, conflicting with the information that I thought was sure, as our government and agencies and the media had told us about these events. So it changed things significantly. I realized I can't just go on and ignore what I heard. I have to tell other people about this. And I found out that most of them didn't want to know about it or hear about it, because they, like me initially, thought that this would just be in the realm of conspiracy theory. But I go, wait, we're talking about facts. So I put these facts together and I presented them to the firm that I was working with at the time. All 15 architects and engineers showed up.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?